we go.
Great.
That I, I've never tried it this way before, but I think it'll work.
Thank you for protecting an innocent teacher's reputation.
I was wondering, like, who are we worried about, you or me? Well, thank you for joining me for My Mother Thinks I'm Funny. Today, my guest is the very special Avery Gerber, who is my longtime friend, teacher, outdoor enthusiast. You do lots of things.
Yeah, I do. Well, yeah, I do a lot of things. I think you hit the main ones.
That's good. That's good. Sometimes I ask people what they want me to say about them, but I didn't, so.
You didn't ask me. I feel like I've known you since you were 4, so I feel like I've got it covered.
It's fine. Like, we're okay. So, Avery, now I'm going to ask you this question. This doesn't have to be something good, right? But what's not wrong with your life? It can be anything. As simple as I brushed my teeth this morning.
No, that one I feel like I have a lot of positive answers to.
Okay, so what's not wrong with your life?
So many things. Like 2 years ago, I kind of like made a big choice to leave the Bay Area and come up here to Bend, Oregon, because there were certain things I was looking for. Like I had great friends, my family was there, but I just like wasn't happy with my job and I didn't like living in an apartment. So I moved up here and I found like a really good living situation and some more friends. Obviously, you don't replace old friends of a day, but was I pointing the right way?
I have them up and down.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, anyways, but yeah, being up here like during a pandemic just has made me feel super lucky because we have I'm in the guest bedroom right now. So we have just a lot of space to move around. Like I have a backyard, I have a front yard, I have I can walk to the river and be in the woods. And so just a lot of things that I know people are missing. And, also in Deschutes County, we've been very lucky. Like no one has died of COVID. We have obviously rising cases, but yeah, it's very safe here and very beautiful. And it's summer, so you can go on the lakes. We've been paddleboarding a lot. Yeah.
That's awesome.
There's a lot that's right in my life, I
guess. Good. Well, with that, you want to watch the theme song with me?
Yeah. Am I going to be on screen or is it just going to be the video? Do I need to make reaction faces?
So I believe you're on screen. I don't know how it works with the recording, but I think you are on screen.
Okay.
You are for me. Yeah. I mean, you wait until it starts.
I'm already excited.
Did it not? Wait, I shared the sound. Why can't I get the sound?
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Do you hear it?
No.
Well, this is just bad.
Maybe you should sing it. You sang the original.
I mean, I didn't do the original. No, the original is Share Computer Sound. The original was done, the song itself is by Pat Short.
Oh. You were wearing headphones, so I thought maybe you did it.
Well, yeah, I was trying to sing along.
Oh, no, now I'm looking. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Maybe there's a cat. It. Nope, it's okay. I'm just going to...
Yeah, just give us a little voiceover about the theme song.
My mother thinks I'm funny. Doot, doot. My mother thinks I'm funny. Doot, doot.
You're
My
like
mother
that
thinks I'm funny.
From a few years ago, where the guy's like, fuck it, we'll do it live.
And maybe you will too. Are you ready for this? There you go. That was the theme song. So very special.
Yeah, in the middle of it, I dropped the F-bomb.
I know.
I teach kindergarten, folks.
Am I going to have to go and edit that out?
Nice.
Can I just put a warning on it?
Just make it go beep.
I told you I don't do anything in post. Okay. So first question, is there a cat near you? If so, please introduce me to your cat.
There's something much better near me.
Do you have a dog?
This is my stepdog, Charlie.
Hi, Charlie.
Charlie is literally the cutest dog I've ever interacted with. Strangers stop on the street. They stop driving to comment on how adorable Charlie is. So it's not just me being like, Charlie's so cute. This is just, he is a beautiful dog. He doesn't photograph as well as he comes off in person, but he has huge floppy ears and huge paws and a big tail. So he kind of looks like a big puppy, but he's huge.
That's cute.
He's not my dog, he's my step dog, as I call him, because he's my roommate's dog, but my roommate travels a lot for work. So like I've had Charlie for like the last 6 weeks.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, is he a black lab like what you guys had as kids?
He is half chocolate lab, half wire-haired pointer. So he's like really good at hunting and also destroying the kitchen. But he's also he's snuggly. I didn't know, like, labs are cute and they like to be near you, but they don't really want to like.
Yeah, I don't remember your dogs being snuggly. Of course, they were also like confined to the kitchen and dining room, so they didn't tear apart the whole house, but.
And they also had like PTSD from there was always being children around to like climb on them. So I wouldn't want to be hugged. But yeah, Charlie, like if you like get down and start scratching him, he'll like lean into you and put his head on your shoulder. Or like if you're on the couch, he just loves to actually like snuggle and put his paws around you. And he's 90 pounds, so it's like pretty significant.
Yeah, that's like the size of your mom.
Literally. He is a chunk. If he stands up, he's pretty tall. Sorry, I'm trying to.
That's okay.
We have a closet. I'm trying to cover it with my body. You can't see our junk closet.
It's okay. Well, in case Jerry walks across the microphone or screen again, this is Jerry Orbach.
Hi, Jerry. Aw, he looks like Tigger, kind of.
He does kind of look like Tigger.
Yeah.
Yes. We also have Bitsy. She does not look like Tigger. But yes, Jerry kind of looks like Tigger. Go to the window and just don't walk across the screen, please. Thank you.
I have that little ominous tail in the corner.
Right, like the swish.
Charlie does that when I'm doing like fitness videos here at home. He loves my yoga mat. He thinks it's like an extra bed for him. So he'll like get on me and the mat while I'm trying to do stuff.
I feel like that's a very cat move. Cats definitely do that for yoga.
Charlie is he has some cat attributes. He does not like to be ignored.
My cats have some dog attributes, I would say. Like
yeah.
I accidentally moved they have, collars and leashes because we'll take them outside. And I moved them today because I was putting them away. And both of them just went like, what? Are we going? Like, can we go? And they were so excited. And I was like, I'm just putting him away. I'm so sorry.
Hey, it's 2020. Everything's a spectrum, I guess.
Cat, dog, other.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, somewhere in between.
We don't want to put people in a box.
Or animals.
Or animals, yeah.
Yeah, don't put them in cages. Nobody should be in cages.
Charlie lives the most cage-free life imaginable.
That's good. So tell me your moment.
This is where it gets dark.
Okay.
I feel like I was like going between so many moments. I mean, I feel like as a white person in the world recently, like we've all had so many moments. But the other day I was listening to like a podcast with an interview with the woman who wrote that book, Hood Feminism, which is like talking about how feminism is all white feminism. And she was just, I have the book, but I was listening to the podcast before I started it. And she was just saying like, in America, like we blame poor people for being poor. And I was just like, wow, like what is this succinct, like, or not wow, I guess, what is this succinct way to put that like rooted problem? Like, I feel like it's like so many things I've been trying to describe about how just like, I'll just drop it again, like how fucked up it is that like the things that we cut from our like system and the things that we don't cut from our budget and yet there's like as a teacher, I've always felt very offended by those like movies that show like a teacher going into like a hard classroom and then through like sheer perseverance and working.
Right, like the Stand and Deliver.
Yeah, exactly. The Stand and Deliver. Fucking hate that movie. And just like implying basically that if a teacher works like 25 hours a day, they will solve the problem of poverty and oppression of people of color. If I just worked a little harder. And so
it's on you, Avery. It's on you.
Well, yeah, it's like the more that I like think about it and the more that I really like don't sort of like turn myself off and I think about these issues of poverty and race and just realize that like, even when it comes to like environmentalism and things like that, there's this mentality like if I just stop using plastic bags, and it's like, no, that's not true. Like, we don't have as much power as corporations and systems.
Yeah.
And to pretend that, I mean, is it still worth it to recycle and take personal responsibility? Yes, you want to keep those values in your life, but ultimately it's like these major things that want to pretend that they're like, that we're on the same level of power of them, but really are like so up here, and I want to keep it on the screen. They're so up here, we're so down here. And so, and yeah, and we blame, like we hold this responsibility for ourselves because we're like, if I try harder, like I can end climate change. That's a lie.
Right.
And then it translates into this idea of like, well, if you tried harder, then you could not be poor.
Yeah. No, and it's this terrible, fucked up idea, right? Mm-hmm. And I think it's so, I was reading the introduction and maybe a little bit of chapter 1 of a book.
You gotta start somewhere.
I didn't make it through the whole thing, but it's a book called White Trash.
I'm reading that too.
Really?
Yeah. I'm on chapter 1. I really love it. I got it actually at Powell's.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was downloading it from the library.
Yeah.
But, like this very interesting, idea that, yeah, we have been importing people for free labor forever, and then blaming them, for trash people,
Yeah.
It's just like, it's fascinating how deep-seated it is, I think, to a lot of American ideals. And yes, this whole like pull yourself up by the bootstraps mentality, which I don't know if you've ever tried to do, but it is actually physically impossible.
They literally said that in this podcast. They're like, what the hell, like, kind of boot are you buying? They were like,
you can't do that physically.
Like, how much weight do you think a bootstrap would hold? They're like, not a human.
And if you're standing in the boots, you can't pull them up. That's jumping, and that's a different thing.
It's a different thing. It's an idiotic statement that just goes to show how idiotic the mentality is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. I agree. And if you want to continue reading White Trash, like it's always nice for me to have someone I can like text with, because
that's a good idea. I can download it again from the library. Yeah, and then I've been meaning to. I was thinking, I should start a book club. So.
Yeah, let's start a cliche white person social justice book club.
No. I want to start like a real like novel book club. It's just that we're going to start with the book White Trash.
That. And what I like about White Trash is that like it is about race, but it's also about like class and poverty and stuff. And so, I mean, I obviously like, I just want to be clear that I am in several like white privilege based book groups. So I am a good white person, but like this could also.
Wait, if I'm not, then am I not? Like,
only you can know. But yeah, so that was my moment. Yeah.
Well, good.
I warned you.
So let's talk about your mother.
Great.
So we don't have a joke from your mom, but we do have a picture of your mom, which I am going to share. Boom. Luckily, there's no sound here.
That's me and my mom. A week before the pandemic, we were hiking up this like butte near my house, and we're on like the fire lookout on top of it.
Fire lookouts. It's a special West Coast thing. So necessary and yet so unknown.
I know, yeah. My boyfriend is from Wisconsin, and he didn't really know what they were.
Yeah, there's so many interesting things, like the differences that like so ingrained in the West Coast that you never even realize.
Yeah.
Like I don't know anyone from the West Coast that like people that I went to school with. I don't know anyone who still lives in like the town that they, went to elementary, high school in. Like
I know a few people who live like maybe not precisely in Foster City, but like my
around.
Ashley and Ryan live in San Bruno, and a lot of my friends ended up in like San Francisco, like the near metropolis.
Okay, yeah, that counts. The people that I know, nope. Like someone from high school the other day said she's in Maine, and like that's crazy.
It's really crazy. Wait, who from high school?
Tess.
Oh, I remember your friend.
Yeah, and she's here. Like, so like people move farther away from their families, it seems to me. on the West Coast. It's just this very like different thing. So I don't know that I remember your mom like telling a lot of jokes necessarily. I certainly remember her laughing at me. I like the time she had the shirt. She was wearing this shirt and it said CHAOS.
Oh, I knew.
And I had never like seen the word printed, and I went, "What's Chaos?" I thought it was like a brand or something.
Yeah, that's my family. Don't trip in front of them.
And she was like, "It's chaos." Like,
my mom actually, I would say that she, maybe like when I was growing up, I didn't think of her as like a huge jokester, but she made like a late in life career switch. She used to be a CPA, and now she is teaching yoga and like Pilates and stuff. And I take her class. Before this like shutdown, I had only like, she would take me to her yoga classes sometimes, but like it's a Bikram class. So for all of you viewers,
I enjoy
it. They follow a script there. So she just kind of says like what she's supposed to say. But lately, like the past couple months, I've been taking her Pilates class via Zoom, which is awesome because she is like a really hard teacher, and it's probably the hardest class I take, and it's been really good for my core. But she makes a lot of jokes in there. A lot of jokes.
Really? Okay, do you have any examples? So since we don't have a video of your mother, I need an example of a joke from your mother.
I mean, it's kind of hard because it's like usually related to like the pose that we're in. So maybe if we're like swimming, like laying on our stomach, she might like make a joke about like what we're swimming to. Or like she'll like, if I like message her something in the chat because it's on Zoom, she'll like make an obscure reference to it that no one else would really get.
That's awesome.
Yeah, she's a jokester in those classes.
Oh, that's very fun. So does she think you're funny?
Yes. My mom definitely thinks I'm funny. She makes that really clear. She also, she and I have like kind of tried to be in like a little book club, not recently, just like in general. And so she'll send me books from time to time, and she sent me a new book to read, and she sent me like a little note with it. And in the note, she was saying like, you just have been looking like really beautiful on Zoom lately and stuff like that. And that was really sweet of her. And I feel like this is a PSA to anyone who's considering becoming a teacher. If you don't become a teacher, you will look younger, so much better that your family members will notice like how much better you look. Like, I really feel that's what my mom was noticing, is just the fact that I've been like sleeping a lot and like not dealing with the energy draining of 5-year-olds all day. Just like living my life for me. So if it is a choice for future teachers between teaching and some sort of like staying at home, not going into a job, like still working, but like also having time to sleep and work out and eat healthy.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
I think working from home has been great for a lot of people.
Yeah, it's been,
like getting to, like sleep in, like cook yourself breakfast, like, make dinner, like not have to worry about so many of these things.
I know. Yeah. I haven't eaten like 6 fistfuls of goldfish for lunch in a really long time. Feels good.
But so what are you like working on right now that you want to plug or that you want to talk about and share?
Well, I guess the main thing that I'm kind of working on right now, it's summer break. So I have like a couple of different things that I like to do. I'm a diabetic, so I'm doing some like fine tuning of my diabetes care and like working with a health coach, which is really nice. But
you you developed that so late in life. It's still crazy to me.
Yeah, I mean, it's still crazy to me. Yeah, it was 6 years ago on July 5th.
Wow.
That I was like developing it before that, but that's when I like went into the hospital.
Yeah, when you were like craving fruit so bad.
I know. I still like, I don't like watermelon. That was like the final straw for me. I was like, all I want to eat is watermelon, and I've never like preferred that as a fruit in my whole life. But yeah. Huh. It's just because it's so sweet and it's so watery. I was just like dehydrated all the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's not that great. It's too watery.
Boo on watermelon. So it's summer break, and so you're working on, like your health plan.
Yeah, and I like to do like a school related project. So right now we have like a reading curriculum. Last summer I did some like math work on our math curriculum, just consolidating it and kind of making it fit our students' needs better. And then this summer, and my co-teacher at that time was working on like aligning our reading and our writing curriculums together better. So this summer we're both working on like more content related stuff. So trying to make our units more like thematic, like how you and I remember being in kindergarten, and a little bit more based on like social studies and science, because obviously like we don't have curriculums for those, or we do, but we don't have time in our master schedule, typical public school stuff. So we're trying to kind of like figure it out. And obviously, social studies means something different nowadays than like it used to. So, I'm on the social studies end of it, just trying to be thoughtful about like how we teach like a class full of like white kids about our history.
Yeah, we did do some like thematic units, I think. I definitely remember Pueblos.
Yeah, that was older, but yes.
Yes, we were in fourth grade, but like the Pueblo unit, where like, we were trying to cover like history and like note taking and, writing and all of these different things, just by like reading books about Pueblos.
Exactly. And that's kind of what like thematic is. Yeah. Like
I was just bummed I didn't get to build a mission, but yeah.
I know. I feel like that was pretty cool of Miss Lalash. Like
it was definitely very cool. Yeah.
I'm like, I forgot about that. I'm glad you told me. Shout out. You could get her. I bet she would do it.
She probably would. She's on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
No, do you remember also in kindergarten? Okay, this has been coming up a lot recently. But the Maurice, just in general in life, the Maurice Sendak, Carole King, like the rice, chicken soup with rice.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember those rhymes?
Yeah.
Did you watch the show with with the Carole King music? It's animated.
I don't think so.
Okay, so because remember in kindergarten there would be, I don't know how much of this you remember. This is a long time ago. Bless you.
Yeah.
But we had like the whiteboard, and like Mrs. Aarons would teach us the rhyme for that month about like chicken soup with rice.
Or different, but like each month. Yeah.
Yes.
I don't remember that, but we still do stuff like that.
That came from that's like a Maurice Sendak illustrations, Carole King singing these songs, and it's a whole like special that you can look up and watch. It's animated and there's tons of songs in it, and I've just been hearing about it more and more recently. Like, I don't know, it's a whole big thing. You should look it up.
Maybe to a non-teacher it's like, wow, like my teacher, like she got that from somewhere, but to me I'm like, yeah.
Oh no, it's just that like I swear, like I've heard people referencing that particular like animated special a lot recently. Maybe just like in various things, like someone was referencing it as like part of a show that they're doing, or they're creating like a play based on that, and like yeah, and like someone like, oh, that's my alarm clock sound, like just like randomly, it's just randomly coming up, and I hadn't thought about it in years.
Oh, yeah.
You should watch the full special, because I bet that you also, like me, haven't seen it.
No, I haven't. I will promise to do that, but with the caveat that
you don't have to like it.
Yeah. Well, I just like don't. I like say that I'm going to watch things and then I never do.
Me too.
Personality trait.
I just don't want to watch most of it.
Yeah, I also like, even the things that I do want to watch, it takes me like 100 years to get through them and watch them. So
I remember you not wanting to watch full like movies, or
yeah, I still don't.
You were really into Veronica Mars, and like that was the longest thing that you could watch.
That's a plug, everyone. Check it out. Still, it holds up. It holds up.
I started watching it recently, actually. I'm somewhere in like season 2. I gotta keep going.
Oh, so good. Yeah, I definitely would rather, I think a lot of people these days, like I would rather just like watch a lot of TV shows, but I also like develop an annoying habit where like I'll get really into a show and I'll watch a lot of episodes, and then like all of a sudden I'll just like either I'll get distracted or I'll just get sick of the characters and then I never pick it back up. So like Unorthodox, you know, that show on Netflix, it was about like super Hasidic Jews, like a really particular sect. Anyways, it was this 4-part docuseries, or not docuseries, it was this 4-part show based on like a book that was a memoir. And my friend was like, you should watch it. And I was like, sure. One day I was like, I watched like 2.5 episodes of it. And then I watched like the next episode kind of like a few weeks later. And then I just left like half of the last episode and I just didn't watch it for months. And it didn't bother me at all.
I have done the same thing. I'm very much the same thing.
Yeah.
So finally, this is we are wrapping up. But what have you done lately to engage your impulses?
Well, I guess like I was thinking about that one because I'm not like a super impulsive person.
You're not.
And, yeah, and like when there's uncertainty in the world, I get like even less impulsive.
Like it can be something like simple and small, like the one that I started with, and the reason I was asking these questions because like I saw in the Amazon box that it said like cut out this flower and make it, and I was like, yes, I'm doing this. And then I painted it and I have this like random cardboard flower. Does not need to be a big thing. It's just like, you know, there's nothing stopping you from doing this silly thing right now.
Yeah, I think like when I was told to like stay home and we went into that sort of shelter in place, I made a Google Sheets daily schedule for myself so I could make sure that I like fit everything in. I think the most impulsive thing that I've been doing is like, I kind of stopped. It's not really good for your mental health, but for a while I was like trying to create like I wouldn't say the perfect quarantine day, but like the perfect quarantine week where I'm like balancing like personal projects and fitness and work and leisure time and social time, like all those things, like trying to just really calibrate it. It's not possible.
Sounds like so much work. And like, I'm a big fan of spreadsheets, but
It was a lot of work, but for me, like, it just, you know, like my job is like a very anchoring thing in my life. And to be fair, I'm also used to having a daily schedule like on my board and I follow it. So I feel like this was, you know, just a continuation of that. So I think I tried that, but I guess, okay, this was kind of my answer. I was like, maybe we'll say this. The most impulsive thing is my boyfriend and I bought a paddleboard together because we really like paddleboarding, and we usually use, my roommate has one and then we borrow another one, but now we have our own, and we tried to put Charlie on it several times.
Did not go well.
Well, he will go on it, but he stands like, it's like kind of like me dealing with shelter in place. He's like completely rigid, and he's like adjusting himself constantly, which makes it shake. Like if he would just sit down or lie down and let us do it, it would be fine. But he doesn't.
Oh, poor puppy.
Yeah. Here. One last few.
Well, I'm going to try and do shared audio again to do the musical outro. It might work. It might not. Who knows?
Right.
Sounds like it's not. But
nothing is happening, but
nothing is happening. But you know, that wraps us up.
Okay, awesome. Can I hear the outro? Will you sing it?
No, it's acoustic. Yeah, it's like meant to go under talking. Yeah, but you know, that's it. So thanks for being on my show, Avery.
You're welcome.